Are you curious how to get in a home with as little as 1% down? We're going to talk about that next. Hey there, it's Ryan Skaggs, and this is the Mortgage Minute. Thank you so much for tuning in. This channel is dedicated to everything mortgage, real estate, and interest rates, and we're going to dive into those interest rates first. After the Fed meeting this past week, we spoke about it last week of what was going to happen, and guess what? It all came true. The Fed raised interest rates, but yet it was positive for the overall market. I will link to the video above that I did the week before on kind of why that happened, what that correlation is between what the Fed did and what actually happened with mortgage-backed securities and interest rates. So we have seen a slight decline in rates, which is a nice pause in terms of the trend that we've been seeing of rates going up. So the average 30-year fix down to 5.30%. That is paying points. You can check out the link below. I put that link in there so you can follow along from week to week. I'm quoting Freddie Mac is the source, and you can kind of see where rates have been. They've got a great historical chart. While you're down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and click that bell icon to be notified as I'm putting out weekly videos on the channel. So today we want to talk about how to get it into a home with 1% down. And I'm going to really focus on first-time home buyers, but you do not necessarily need to be a first-time home buyer. But I'm going to focus on a first-time home buyer. Bring up on the screen here. I'm going to show you a $300,000 scenario, a $400,000 scenario, and then down to a $200,000. So I'm going to use $300,000 as my first scenario, where I'm showing you what if I could get or be eligible for down payment assistance, ask the seller for a small credit, in this case 2%, and then what would my cash to close be? And what I'm showing you here is that the cash to close on a $300,000 transaction is about $2,700. And that is less than 1%. Again, I'm using my market in terms of fees, and that is Illinois, Greater Chicagoland. So I'm showing you what the reality is of using bread and butter first-time home buyer down payment assistance programs and what that would look like and how to get that cash to close to in or around 1%. In this case, just slightly lower. Now, looking at the next column, you see the $400,000, and that is our middle column, and we've got the cash to close just over 1%, but not by much. Again, 1% of your own funds, and you can put that in as down payment. And then that far right column, as you can see here, is the $200,000 scenario. And now you can see we're almost getting down to a zero cash to close scenario. As the price point comes down, these credits, the 2% seller credit and then potentially down payment assistance. Now, you do have to apply to get credit qualified and see if you'd be eligible. But in this case, you can see less than $1,000 of actual cash to close for this scenario. So when you're thinking about it as a first-time home buyer, there's a lot of different benefits out there. So looking to a lender that has a lot of different options or that do these programs or have proprietary first-time home buyer programs, super important, because you can get into a home with less down when, again, in this case, in or around 1%, maybe even as close to $0 down, depending on what the seller might be willing to do. Now, this is only available, in this case, I'm quoting State of Illinois Down Payment Assistance Fund, but it's also, this scenario is really based upon a balanced market, which we're starting to see where buyers have a little bit more control than they did in the past when it was all a seller's market, because going in and asking for a credit from the seller when there's 10 offers on a property likely isn't going to work. But now they're into a little bit more of a balanced market. What a great opportunity to try to get in for as little to no money. And of course, with rents increasing, oh my gosh, now you can really look at, hey, I could own something for probably less than what I was renting at. So put your comments below. I want to hear what you think. Let me know if you have questions. I'd love to chat through a scenario with you. It's Ryan Skaggs from the Mortgage Minute. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see each other again very, very soon.